It was a betrayal that shook the world. A quiet, seemingly ordinary couple living in New York City became the central figures in a story of espionage, deceit, and secrets that changed the course of history. Their actions handed over the keys to one of the greatest scientific achievements of the 20th century, the atomic bomb. This is the untold story of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, the spies who betrayed a nation. The year was 1950. The United States was gripped by fear. The Soviet Union, once an ally during World War II, had emerged as a rival superpower. The Cold War had begun, and tensions were escalating. The stakes were high. Just a year earlier, the Soviet Union had detonated its first atomic bomb, a stunning achievement that shocked American intelligence. How had they managed to unlock the secrets of nuclear technology so quickly? The answer lay closer to home than anyone imagined. Chapter 2: The Quiet Couple with a Dangerous Secret. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg seemed like any other couple living in post-war America. Julius was an electrical engineer. Ethel, a devoted mother of two. They lived modestly, blending seamlessly into their working-class New York neighborhood. But beneath the surface, the Rosenbergs harbored a dangerous secret. They were committed communists, deeply loyal to the Soviet cause, and they were willing to risk everything for their ideology. Julius had been recruited as a spy in the 1940s, tasked with gathering intelligence for the Soviets. He built a network of informants, many of them fellow engineers, who shared classified information about America's burgeoning nuclear program. Ethel, while not directly involved in espionage, played a crucial role in supporting her husband's activities. The web of espionage. At the heart of this operation was a critical figure, Klaus Fuchs, a German physicist working on the Manhattan Project, the secret American effort to develop the atomic bomb. Fuchs passed key nuclear secrets to the Soviet Union, enabling them to build their own bomb years ahead of schedule. Fuchs's handler in the U.S. was Harry Gold, a courier who passed the information to Julius Rosenberg. Julius then funneled the intelligence to his Soviet contacts. But espionage is rarely a clean business. Mistakes were made, trails were left, and by the late 1940s, American counterintelligence began to close in on the Soviet spy network. The arrest and trial. The unraveling began in 1950 when Klaus Fuchs was arrested in the UK and confessed to his role in espionage. His confession led to Harry Gold, who in turn implicated David Greenglass, Ethel Rosenberg's brother. Greenglass, an Army machinist who had worked on the Manhattan Project, admitted to passing information to Julius Rosenberg. On July 17, 1950. Julius was arrested. Ethel followed a few weeks later. The couple maintained their innocence, denying all accusations of espionage. Their trial in 1951 was a spectacle, capturing national and international attention. Prosecutors painted the Rosenbergs as traitors who had jeopardized American security and tilted the balance of power in the Cold War. The defense, however, argued that the evidence was circumstantial and that the couple was being targeted for their political beliefs. Chapter 5: The Verdict and Fallout. After a highly publicized trial, the jury delivered its verdict: guilty. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were sentenced to death, becoming the first civilians in U.S. history to receive the death penalty for espionage. The sentence sparked outrage. Supporters of the Rosenbergs argued that the trial was unfair and influenced by the anti-communist hysteria of the McCarthy era. International figures, including Albert Einstein and Jean-Paul Sartre, called for clemency. but the U.S. government held firm, viewing the Rosenbergs' execution as a necessary message in the fight against Soviet espionage. On June 19, 1953, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were executed at Sing Sing prison. To the end, they maintained their innocence, refusing to confess or implicate others. Their deaths marked a turning point in the Cold War and left a legacy that continues to provoke debate. Were the Rosenbergs guilty of betraying their country, or were they scapegoats in a time of political paranoia? Declassified documents from the Soviet Union, released decades later, confirmed Julius Rosenberg's role as a spy. However, Ethel's involvement remains controversial, with some arguing that her execution was an unjust punishment for her husband's actions. The story of the Rosenbergs is a stark reminder of the dangers of ideology and the moral complexities of espionage. Their actions were rooted in a belief system that prioritized loyalty to a global cause over national allegiance. But their case also raises important questions about justice. Did the fear of communism cloud the judgment of the American legal system? And how do we balance national security with the protection of civil liberties? Even today, new revelations continue to emerge about the Rosenbergs and the broader network of Cold War espionage. Historians and researchers comb through archives seeking to piece together the full story. The Rosenbergs' sons, Michael and Robert, have spent much of their lives advocating for their parents, arguing that they were victims of a deeply flawed justice system. Their voices add a personal dimension to a case often discussed in abstract terms. The story of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg is not just a tale of espionage, it's a window into one of the most turbulent periods in modern history. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about loyalty, betrayal, and the cost of ideology. What do you think? Were the Rosenbergs heroes, villains, or something in between? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the untold stories of history.